This is the human heart. Central to our physical body, our survival, revered by poets throughout history as the emotional center of our being. The place we instinctively touch when asked to point to ourselves. And now, what we have known intuitively is being understood scientifically. Researchers are unlocking a new science of the heart that could change everything we know about health and our interconnected nature. Coherence is a state of balance between heart, mind, and emotions, creating a favorable cascade of neural, hormonal, and biochemical events that benefit the entire body. But this phenomenon not only benefits us personally, it affects everything around us, emitting an electromagnetic field that can be measured up to 3 feet outside of the body. When you are in coherence, your heart resonates at the same frequency as the Earth's magnetic field. This frequency positively affects everything around you. When a group of people are in coherence together, this effect is magnified. Could communities synchronized in coherence lower violence, accelerate cooperation, and global harmony? This is the purpose of the Global Coherence Pulse. If we can measure the impact of thousands of people in coherence at the same time, it could lead to a breakthrough in understanding the full potential of the human heart. All you need to participate is your presence and your heart. To take it to the next level, join the research study by downloading the app and getting an HRV monitor to measure your personal coherence. The world needs it more than ever before. Each human heart is unique and magnificent by itself. But imagine what could be possible when we unify.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Global Coherence Pulse. This is our pulse for March 2023. Can you believe we've been doing these pulses now this is going on our 3rd year, sometimes just once a month and other times in series like we did in January. And I'm really excited that you took time out of your day today to come and be present and practice being coherent, being in a community field where we take time to drop into our hearts, where we feel the bottoms of our feet and we feel our connection with the whole of life, and that we know that what we feed the field matters. So when we come together like this for an hour for the main session, 30 minutes if you want to stay for Q&A or breakout groups, more community time, this 90 minutes is designed to be nourishing for us. It's designed for us to come together and have an opportunity to learn about and to experience greater coherence in the heart of our lives and through us into the world. And we can do that more fully when we're together in a field, because it's getting tough out there. There's lots of challenges that we're facing. And the more that we can be in the practice together, the more that we can join in moments like this, where our intention is to drop into our hearts more, to nourish ourselves, and to add good energy to the planet, the more we do that, the more empowered we become. So I am excited about the session today, but I want to start by inviting you, if you have the Global Coherence Pulse app, I want you to go there and log into the Global Coherence Pulse group. If you happen to be somebody that has the app, do that. They have updated it. They have added so many great features. And now you can actually use your camera as a sensor to track your coherence. And so if you have it, open it up, turn it on, at least get yourself on the map. And we are going to start partnering with HeartMath Institute. And a couple of times a month, we are going to have some mini heart lock-in sessions where we use the app together and we learn how to use it and effectively, learn how we can track our own coherence. So we'll be doing that. And then we invite us on our Global Coherence Pulse days that we actually log into the app so we can see ourselves across and our data can be used as part of the research, right? So I'm excited about today. Kayla, maybe you can switch to our theme for today. And I wanted to read what Justin wrote about today, what we were actually inviting today, because I think it's quite powerful and really sets up for what we're inviting everyone to open into. You are powerful beyond measure, and you deserve to step into the life of your dreams. Let's just all take that in as kind of a centering, right? Let's feel the bottom of our feet and just know right now, right here, that we're powerful beyond measure and that every single one of us deserves to step into the life of our dreams. In fact, that's what life wants most from every one of us right now. But it's not easy often to step into something new or stay motivated while still holding on to patterns of the past. So if you've been trying to transform your relationships to life, stress, work, intimacy, connection, or creativity, but find yourself stuck in the same patterns, then today's pulse will help you break through, will help us break through. And that, our guide for today, Justin Michael Williams, which I want to bring him on camera, will guide us through this award-winning process of discovering our unique energy signature. And he has helped guided hundreds of thousands of people through this process globally. And it's one of the most effective keys to actionable change and growth. And he's here today to support us in that practice and to help us break through. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Justin, and here he is. He's such a beautiful man. I'm so excited that we get to have him here visiting us today and bringing his energy. Justin Michael Williams is an author. He's a transformative speaker and a top 20 recording artist. So we get the wisdom and the music all rolled into one today. And he has really become a pioneering voice for diversity and inclusion in wellness. And he grew up in an environment where there were gunshot holes outside his bedroom window, to sharing the stage with Marianne Williamson and Deepak Chopra and so many others. And he knows about the pain of adversity, but also the power of healing to overcome. So I'm really excited to hand us over into your loving arms today, Justin, to take us on a powerful journey so that we can break through and live the life that we were born to live, because we need us now. We need us all together now. So I love you. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, everybody. How are you? I'm super grateful to be with all of you. And if you're in a space where, even if your hair's messed up or whatever it is, where you can turn your camera on, I would love to see all of you. So if you're in a space to turn your camera on, I'd love to see, yay, hello, Carol and Deirdre, Altamira, Jerry, Catherine, great. Okay, so now we feel the energy. So I'm super grateful and so excited to be with all of you. And I would like to actually start us in a practice, just a practice to bring us together that I think you will all love. But it only works if you put your screen in gallery view. So do you all know how to do that? You click the little gallery view so you can see everybody on the screen together. And if you can turn your camera on, I promise you this will be worth it, because it also takes the camera being on for this to happen. And I think you will all really enjoy this, knowing how much we like being in coherence together. And then I'll dive into the experience. Great, thank you, everybody. So we're in gallery view, right? I can see everybody. So here's the movement I'm going to invite you to do. I just want you to watch me the first round. Very simple. You're going to inhale. And when you inhale, you bring your hands up, kind of up towards your eyes. very soft hands, and exhale, bring the hands down towards your lap. Okay, inhale up towards your eyes and exhale towards your lap. Simple, right? All right, so I invite you now, keeping your screen in gallery view, to close your eyes and start doing this breath with your eyes closed in your own flow. So you inhale and your arms come up, and you exhale and the hands come down. And just go in your own rhythm. Feels good to you right now. You might breathe deep and slow or a little more fast. You might follow your heartbeat, but just be in flow with the rhythm of your own individual self for a moment. Now listen carefully. Keep breathing and make it feel like your breath is moving your hands. And keep moving and breathing. And now just open your eyes and find one person on the screen to look at. Just one person, just one. Pick one person. And I want you to try to sync up the rhythm of your breath with just this one person. Just one. Sync up the rhythm of your breath and your hands with just this one person. And keep breathing. Just a few more rounds, syncing up with this one person. And you will see that after about 5 rounds, the whole group starts to come into one big flow. We start to sync up as a collective. And this is the power of our practice. Go ahead and everybody put your hands up here and send energy towards the group. This is the power of our practice. When we work on our individual self and just connect in with just one person, it ripples and impacts the entire collective. And so I call this one the wave, because we're just locking in with one person. And in about 5, 6 breaths, and if we went longer, if we had more time, you would see the whole group would be exactly in sync. So thank you. Maybe you send some love to your person who you were looking at, just a little blessing energy to that person. And I'm so grateful. It's one of those things that only works on Zoom. It only works on Zoom. And so I'm very grateful to be with all of you. And you can either stay in gallery view, or you can come back into the speaker view, whatever you prefer. But my name is Justin Michael Williams, and I would like to start off today by telling you a little story. And I'm going to put a couple slides on the screen, and we'll be going into this experience together called Your Unique Energy Signature. You can all see my slides, yeah? Okay. So this person you see on the screen here is my grandmother. And in my family, Grandma Baka. And it's not because baka is a special word. It's just because when I was a kid, I was kind of like a weird little kid, and my family was trying to teach me to say grandma. And they would go, Justin, say grand. And I would say grand. And they would go, say ma. And I would say ma. And they would go, say grandma. And I would go, baka. And so she became baka in our family. And about 10 years ago, my baka got suddenly diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and the doctors told her she only had a couple months to live at 66 years old. And this was a huge shock to our entire family. It was right around when this picture was taken, and she was seemingly healthy. And it was a massive shock. The doctors told her she only had a few months. And so when this happened, I flew home to Northern California, the East Bay area where I'm from. And I walked in the door, and without skipping a beat, my baka looked at me and she said, I've been wanting to talk to you about something for a long time. And now that I know I don't have a lot of time left, we're going to talk about this now. And I'm looking at her and I'm saying, what? What is going on? And she said, sit down. And so I walk in the room and I sit down, and I'm thinking, what else could she possibly have to tell me? I mean, after this news, what else could there possibly be? And she looked at me and she said, if you were in my shoes and you knew for sure that you were going to die in 2 or 3 months, what would you do? And I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, what? Like, what? What are you talking about? You know? And she goes, get quiet, get still, do that meditation thing you always talk to me about. And what she really said, what she really, really said was, and don't you dare open your lips until you're ready to tell me the truth. So I knew she was serious as could be at this moment. And so I closed my eyes and she asked again. She said, if you were in my shoes and you knew you were going to die in 2 months, what would you do? And that moment, I felt this like of emotions just come running up inside of me. And I just blurted out, I would quit everything that I'm doing, everything. And I would record an album. I would do music. And my baka looks at me and she goes, I know. She goes, baby, I know. And the thing is, I had always wanted to do music ever since I was a little boy. So here's little Justin. I don't know if I look the same to you all. But I never thought I was good enough. I let all the kids who teased me and bullied me at school about being gay, about being different, make me think I sucked at everything, and I stopped myself. And most importantly, I let my circumstances growing up in a really, I mean, to put it in a plain street in our neighborhood that the police didn't even want to drive down. Just there's the context for you. So I let growing up in that kind of environment dictate what I thought was possible for my life. And all of us, no matter what kind of circumstance or privilege or not that we've grown up with, we all adapt. We all kind of adjust to our conditioning that we've grown up with. And I don't know about you, but my conditioning to growing up in that environment was to become what I call a chronic overachiever. Thinking if I just do enough, accomplish enough, succeed enough, achieve enough, then maybe I'll finally be fill in the blank, happy enough. And anybody resonate with this? I can see you all, so you can wave your hands at me or nod your heads. I can see you. Yeah, okay, I see you. And so, you know, we all have different adaptations. And this was my adaptation. And so when my grandmother asked me this question, it woke this thing up inside of me that I thought was gone. And the thing is, I'd always, like I said, wanted to be a musician since I was a little kid, but I gave it up. And I believe we all have these things. We all have these dreams for our lives. And it's not necessarily about quitting your life or blowing up your life and becoming a whatever, but it's about whatever it is that we have coming up inside of us that we want to take to the next level in our own lives. And every single person here I know has something in their life they either want to deepen or take to the next level, whether it's about our relationships or our intimacy, whether it's about friendships or an artistic project that we have, or our relationship with money or our body or our well-being. Every one of us has something to take to the, and we say, oh, that's not for me. It's not for me because, let's see, fill in the blank. I'm too fat, too old, too ugly, too gay, waited too long, should have done it before I had kids. It's not realistic, not going to make enough money. Does this sound familiar to anybody here? Right? So we all do this, right? We all put these limits on ourselves in certain ways when there's something, that spirit, God, the universe, whatever you call it, your higher self, there's something that's whispering, that's wanting to press through. And there's a fear that sometimes keeps us from that opening. And so when my grandmother asked me this question, it woke this thing up that I thought was gone. And she made me look. She said, promise me that you'll record an album. And I looked at her and I said, I don't play any instruments. She goes, I don't care. I said, I don't sing. She goes, I don't care. I said, I've never written a song. She said, I don't care. Promise me. Those are all how. None of the how matters. Promise me. So I look at her, I say, I promise. And she knew she was doing, because I wasn't going to break a promise to her while she was here, and definitely not while she was everywhere. And so I promised her that I would record this album. And fast forward to 4 years later, after deep, deep work, the main part of that work is the work that I'm going to share with you today about your unique energy signature. I ended up transforming my life in a way that almost seemed impossible and unrecognizable. And I put out my first album of music called Metamorphosis. It's on all the streaming platforms for those of you who are wondering. And when it came out, it charted in the top 20 of the charts. That's Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, me, Megan Trainor, and then Barbara Streisand, randomly, Barbara Streisand. And I don't share this with you to brag. I share this with you because whatever it is in your own life that you are hoping to deepen or take to the next level, whatever that thing is that is wanting to press through you, you can say yes to it. And it's not just about what you do that helps you go towards your dreams. And you all know this. It's about who you are being. It's about who you are being and the energy that you are bringing to every single thing that you do. And so from this work, from this deep work that I went into, and I've been a student of transformation since I was 19 years old. I'm 35 now, for those of you who are wondering. And I, from this time period in my life, there was a lot that I just immersed myself and learned to create this kind of transformation. And from that work, and then I started teaching in the world, and I still do music. I'm going to sing to you all a little bit today, and travel and speak and teach. And I've had the opportunity to now put out my first book called Stay Woke, a meditation guide for the rest of us. Gosh, when I wrote this book in 2018, who would have known the word woke would become all that it is now? But the book is not what you think it is. But the book is about us staying awake and how we actually use these practices, these internal practices, to make action and take action in the outside world. People who really loved and supported the book, like John Kabat-Zinn, Jack Kornfield, who many of you know, Dan Siegel. I've had the gift of speaking and teaching on some amazing stages and amazing places in the world. I'm actually, and I should tell you all this, I'm at Esalen in Big Sur right now. I just taught a week here at Esalen, and there was a landslide the day we were supposed to leave. So we are all stuck. Best place to be stuck, really, at Esalen in Big Sur. And so if you hear my internet cut in and out a little bit here and there, just bear with me a little bit, because, you know, I'm in the middle of the wilderness here, but I think we're coming through okay. And I think the thing that I'm the most proud of, and I'll share a little bit more about this with you later, is the training that I started and the work that we do with, I launched a foundation called the Dream Bigger Foundation. And we've worked with 17,000 high school students, 2,500 administrators and teachers, and 55,000 people around the world have gotten scholarships to our programs. And that's just in the last 12 months. And this has been going since 2018. So it's been a big gift to share these kind of teachings and this kind of transformational information with people who are often left out and priced out. And now we have a teacher training that I'll talk to you about later that is helping spread these messages around the world to all kinds of different demographics, so all of us can become these beacons of hope and light in the world. And so I share all of this with you today to bring in the story, because I want to share with you what is the number one technique that I have learned to transform my life. And with no exaggeration, I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people from all over the world in 40 different countries. And this teaching that I'm going to give you today is the one that I find, from no matter where you are in your life, no matter what age, no matter how long you've been practicing any kind of spiritual or personal growth practices, no matter what, this is a practice that I have found that all of us can use to help take our lives, or whatever it is that we're looking to take to the next level, forward. So are you all with me on this today? Yes? Can we jump in? So we'll do some practice, we'll do some music, we'll have a moment together. And I do want to give you one fun little thing that I do in all the spaces that I'm online, and you're welcome to try this with me. So the beautiful thing is, this is not a TV show. Like, you're not watching a recording of me, right? Like, we're actually all here live together. And I know you feel that energy, and something that can add to the energy is if you hear me say anything, or anyone say anything that makes you want to say, like, yes, or amen, I'm with you, or ooh, like, I resonate with this, then if you just go into the chat box and put the number 1 a whole bunch of times like this is how we will kind of exchange energy. So I'm going to just give it a try here. And this is when I'll say, Global Coherence Pulse, are you with me? Make some noise. Let me hear you. And if you just put your ones in the chats and I can see you. There we go. Mary and Simona, Nancy, Elizabeth, Lori, Deirdre. Amazing. I see you all. Allie. Hello, Allie, Kitty, Rita, Carol, Susan. All right. So you can keep that going all throughout. It doesn't distract me at all. And if it does distract you, you can just close your chat window so you don't have to worry about it. But this keeps the energy flow happening. And I think you'll feel the difference of all of us doing that together throughout this experience. Hey, Warmi, Adora, Juna. Okay. So how about I open us up with a little song? Would that be okay with you all? Yeah. Okay. So this is a song that I thought of for you all today. It's one of my favorites, and I think you'll know it. And playing with my little travel guitar. And if you know this song just in your own space, I invite you to sing along. And you may also just call into the energetic space someone that is an ancestor to you and or someone who you care, who is standing with you, because none of this work is us doing it alone. You know, we are the generations forward and backward doing the work that our ancestors couldn't do, and the work that we do, descendants stand upon, whether biological or not. And so this is powerful work, not just about our own things. So if you know the words to this song, please sing along. Can y'all hear the guitar? Yeah. When the night has come and the land is dark, sing with me, and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. Everybody. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, even though we like crying. I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. All right, sing with me, come on. So darling, everybody stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. We are together, rising together. And this work we do together is so powerful and so important because we get the opportunity to be in community. So thank you all for taking the time and energy to be with each other, to love on each other. And let's dive into this practice a little bit, shall we? Yeah, okay. So what I would like to do now is I would like to tell you a story that I often tell in high schools. And it's funny because about 5 or 6 years ago, I was telling it at a high school and I went into a teacher's class. And then after the students, I went to go do a talk with all the faculty. And the teacher whose classroom I was in, she goes, "Can you please tell that story that you said to the students?" And I was thinking, I said, "No, that's for the students." And she goes, "No, it really worked for me. I think adults will really like this." And so I said, "Okay." And I told it to the teachers, and now I tell it everywhere I go because it is very powerful for adults. And it goes like this. Upon a time, long, long ago, there was this great river. And the great river was known far and wide throughout all the land to have the biggest fish that anybody had ever seen. And so this young fisherman traveled for 4 days and 4 nights to get to the great river. And he arrived at the river and he saw standing across this beautiful, majestic riverbank an older fisherman. And the older fisherman is throwing his fishing line into the river and he reels in a fish and pulls it out and sizes it up. And it's the biggest fish the younger fisherman has ever seen in his life. But the older fisherman sizes up the fish and throws it back into the river. And so the younger fisherman is looking at him and he's like, "What's going on? Like, why is he catching this big, beautiful fish and just throwing it back into the river?" So the younger fisherman's like, "You know what? This is my first time here. Let me just sit and watch. Maybe I don't know how things work around here." So he sits and watches the older fisherman. And the older fisherman throws his line in again, and again, with all his might, catches an even bigger fish. It's the biggest fish the younger fisherman's ever seen. Throws it back into the river. And again, an even bigger fish throws it back into the river. You see where this is going. And so finally, on the fifth, the older fisherman reels in the biggest fish that he's gotten all day. And just before he throws it into the river, the younger fisherman runs up to him and says, "Wait, stop. What are you doing? Why do you keep catching these big, beautiful fish and throwing them back into the river?" And listen to this question. He asked the older fisherman, "Isn't this what you came here for?" The older fisherman looks at his big fish, sizes it up in his hands, and then looks back at the younger fisherman and says, "Well, young man, while this fish may be big and it may be beautiful, and yes, it may be what I came for, it's too big for my frying pan. So I've been sitting here all day and I'm trying to wait." Now it sounds ridiculous, right? But this is what we do with our dreams. Our dreams and ideas come down into our mind through the river of consciousness. And we look at these dreams and we say, "That dream about my life, about my intimacy, about this project, about the new thing that I want to learn, about my art, around my body, about whatever, that dream, oh, too big for my circumstances, too big for someone like me at my age, with this body, with what I've been through, with somebody who's going through whatever I'm going through, with this sickness, with this condition, with this." And we say, "Thanks, universe, but I'm going to wait to get something that fits in my frying pan." Do you all feel that? Yeah. And so we do this about different things in our lives. And if you don't do this, you're a lucky person. And then you're responsible for making sure that other people in your life are waking up and not doing this. And this, or for trying to awaken and help in that way, at least. And when this happens, obviously, what are some things that the older fisherman could have done? Well, obvious choice, get a bigger frying pan. But he can also share the fish. He doesn't have to do alone. He can, even if he got a bigger frying pan, over time, the frying pan would be too heavy. And so having someone there to help him carry it, he could take what he needs. And so this is the power, again, and why I'm saying stand by me, of coming together in community to do this work. and also the power of allowing ourselves, no matter where we are, to dream bigger than our circumstances. And so, in this practice that I'm going to guide you into, is one of my favorite practices in my book. It's one of my favorite practices to teach, is a practice called discovering your unique energy signature. And all of you will have one. And my invitation to you when we go into this practice is I'm going to ask you to visualize a version of yourself that is living beyond your frying pan, that is living the life of your dreams. And I want to be very clear about what I'm asking for here. I'm not asking you to be practical, realistic, or possible. I'm asking you to go beyond any circumstance, any condition, anything, and you'll see where it guides us from there. And this is how we wake up to a sense of possibility in our lives. And it's not just, and the reason for this is I'm not asking you to set a goal or start to make a to-do list about how you're going to get to this thing. This is going to help inform us on who we need to be, who we need to become energetically to create the life of our dreams in front of our eyes. And so it often shows up differently than we expect, as you know. So let us practice. Is that okay with you all? Do a little practice? Okay, so get comfortable and don't get like meditation comfortable. I'd like you to get like Netflix comfortable. Like get really comfortable, like just cozy, cozy, cozy. And place your hands over the center of your chest and close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And with me to the count of 3, inhale for 1, 2, 3, hold for 1, 2, 3, exhale 1, 2, 3. Again, inhale 1, 2, 3, hold for 1, 2, 3, exhale 1, 2, 3. Last time. Inhale 1, 2, 3, hold for 1, 2, 3, exhale 1, 2, and 3. Now just breathe normally. And I'd like you now to imagine a future version of yourself who is living the life of your dreams. Everything is exactly as you could always want and dream of, especially whatever that area of your life is that you've been wanting to deepen or take to the next level. That has been surpassed, surmounted, overcome. So much so that if this came true, it would feel like a miracle. I want it to be like you came back to this group a year or 2 from now and you said, you're not going to believe what happened. That's where I want you to go with this imagination. And just see what arises in your mind's eye. And as you imagine this, notice as you're visualizing, see if you can get a sense of whether you're indoor or outdoor in your vision. Just see if you can sense it. See if you can sense if there's anybody there with you or if you're alone. All of it's fine, just notice. And notice what's happening in this vision that indicates to you that you are living the life of your dreams. What's happening, about to happen, what went to the next level. Just scan around yourself in this vision now, just kind of scanning to see if you can pick up any colors or textures or sounds, temperatures, anything that's there. If your mind wandered a little bit, it's okay. Just come back to the vision and what is it that is happening in this vision that is a miracle? Try to see as best as you can or sense, even if it's fuzzy or blurry or incomplete, a future you who is living beyond your circumstances. Now, keeping this vision in mind, I'm going to ask you a question. And with your eyes closed and your vision as strong as it can be in this moment, I want you to answer this question using up to 3 words, 1, 2, or 3 words. Here's your question. As you imagine this future version of yourself who is living the life of your dreams, what energy do you need to cultivate more of in your life now, today, to become closer to being that person that you see in your vision? Trust what comes up. I'll ask the question again. What energy do you need to cultivate more of in your life now to become closer to being that person in your vision? 1, 2, or 3 words. And now just breathe in those words for a few breaths, repeating them in your mind. Just repeating those words in your mind, breathe them in. Fill yourself up with the energy of these words for just a moment. And then when you're ready, take a breath in and a breath out. And open your eyes and type your words into the chat box. Type your words into the chat box. So what do we have here? Motivate myself, Andrew. Beautiful. Elizabeth, presence. Samina, explorative. Strength, vibrancy, and flow. Joy. Faith. Acceptance, surrender, trust, heart, energy. Nancy, beautiful. What else you got? Wait for a couple more to come in. Love, Susan. Kayla, gratitude and presence. Joe, love, peace, and joy. Kate, dedication. Beautiful. Freedom and self-esteem, Dr. Anna Schmidt. Okay, you can keep those coming in. So I want to describe to you what we just did and then put this into practical use. Love, radiance, Jerry. What we just did is actually a very, very studied, again and again, Greater Good Science Center at UC Berkeley, Harvard, very studied practice. We just said, here's who you are now, and here's who you want to become. And notice we said there's a gap. And I didn't ask you, what do you need to do to fill the gap? I said, who do you need to be? Who do you need to become to fill this gap? And you all know exactly what you need. You need dedication, Kate, and Dr. Anna Grit, freedom, and radiance, Jerry, and Deidre, trust, courage, and community, and Susan, love. We all need different things. And even if you have the same word, it means something different to you. And oftentimes, I could have come here and taught all of us a meditation on peace, or all of us a meditation on love. But if you need courage, or dedication, or trust, or faith, or explorative, or motivation, peace and love are going to be cute for a minute, but they're not the energy that is going to take you forward in the direction of where your soul is calling you to be. And so these words, I want you to write them down for yourself, and then I'll describe how to use them in a moment, because these words are your unique energy signature. Simple, and that's because these words came from right inside of you. They are the words that your spirit, your soul, your higher self knows that you need more of in your life at this time to step forward in the direction that you want to go. And so write these down for yourself. Love this, Katie. Loving yourself unconditionally. Love myself unconditionally. And so as you cultivate more of this, this is the energy that your spirit that's coming down through the river of consciousness, like the story, this is the energy that your spirit, and I keep using all this language interchangeably. You replace spirit, which whatever it is for you, it's what your spirit is saying. Fill me with this. Bring me more of this. This is what is going to allow me to grow and become the expression of myself that I'm looking to become in this embodied form at this time. And the thing is people come to me all the time asking, how do I transform my life? How do I create this change? What do I do? And we spend so much time oftentimes thinking of what do we do? What are the actions that we take? And I'm not saying that actions aren't important. Actions are incredibly important. But what's most important is who we are being inside of what we're doing, the energy that we're bringing to what we do. I'll give you a very blanket, like just really bring this down to earth example. You could go on vacation, right? You can go to the most beautiful place. You can go to the top, most beautiful resort in Bali, beautiful place in Hawaii with your partner or with yourself. And if you show up with the energy of being distracted, miserable, angry, and busy, it doesn't matter where you are. The vacation's going to be crap. Because like the saying goes, wherever you go, there you are. And so, but if you bring the energy of love and grace and positivity, or whatever it is that you're looking for, you could be sitting in a shack and experience the greatest sense of bliss that you've had in your life. So it's not just about what we do. Of course, what we do matters, but who we're being while we're doing is what actually creates the results that we want in our life. Is this clear? We know this, right? But I'm just trying to make it very 3D, like very right here, down to earth, okay? And so here's my invitation to you. So you might ask, how do I use these words? I want you to write, let me actually, hold on, something's coming through. So the energy that we bring and the energy that we get to bring, one of the things that I always think of is, for so many of us, we are the first generation in our family line who's even had the opportunity to think about living our dream, healing our trauma, fulfilling our purpose, coming to coherence. Oftentimes, we're the first generation in ages who's had the chance to do this work. And so it's a gift, for so many of us who've grown up in struggle, no matter what race you are, for women, for everybody, right? Like to really be able to step in, especially, and say, I am choosing to live the life of my dreams. I am choosing to show up transformed. I'm choosing the energy that I want to bring in this circumstance. So I think that was just, I'm saying that because, again, this work is more than just about our personal goals. And it is all personal goals. It's more about that than that, because it's about all the lineages that have come through us that maybe have not been able to express in this way. And then it gets freed through us. And then the next generation doesn't have to do that same work. And so this is a big, it's bigger than just our want to write or whatever it is. It's a much bigger game in an energetic field than that. And the book you want to write is important. So with this both and in mind, I want to tell you how to use these words in a practical way. And I want to invite you to try something with me this weekend and going into this week. And I'd love to actually even just hear from you, and I'll tell you how to get in touch with me about how it goes, because I think you'll be surprised if you do it. So you have your words, and I want you to just write down for yourself right now. Maybe a few of you will give me some examples in the chat box so I can give you some clear examples as well of the 5 things that you spend time doing during your week most frequently. 5 things. And they could be basic things like responding to emails, cooking. I mean, maybe there's something else. Maybe there's something else that you're doing. Writing your book, taking care of your kids, something at work. Like, just write 5 things down, and don't make a big deal about this right now. Just write whatever comes to you. 5 things that you're spending a significant amount of your time doing throughout the day. Once you write your 5 things down, take your time. I'm not going to rush you here. I'd love for somebody to put 1 or 2 or a few of those things into the chat so I can give you an example of what to do next. Okay. Thinking, work, fixing house, working on your business to move it forward. Okay. So, Nancy, what was your unique energy signature words? Heart energy. Okay. I already saw it. Okay. So, the way that you're going to do this is you'll go through each of those 5 things and you ask in a practical way, how do I bring more of these words, whatever your energy signature words were, to this thing? And I don't want you to be like very philosophical or like esoteric about it, like really for real. Like, how do I, in a practical way, bring more blank? Your blank is your energy signature words to whatever it is. So I'll go with Nancy as an example here. So Nancy's unique energy signature was heart energy, perfect for this group. And she said her 3 things are work, fixing her house, and working on her business to move it forward. So let's just use fixing house as an example, right? So how do I bring heart energy? And Nancy, I know this means probably something different to you. I'm just going to kind of use this as an example though. Heart energy to fixing my house. So can somebody give me an example? Type into the chat box. Just what would it look like in a practical way for Nancy to bring heart energy to fixing her house or to doing her work? What would that look like in real life? Yes, okay. Having gratitude for her home, or maybe writing down 3 things that she's grateful for about her home every morning while she's in the process of fixing it. What else? Present moment awareness, that's good. I want to make it as practical as possible. Breathing with her heart as she's doing it. Being present and loving everything she does, including washing and painting. Now, Nancy, this is your forte, right? But maybe as you're fixing something in your house, saying mantras or an affirmation or a prayer while you're actually doing some of the fixing and infusing that love and energy into your house, right? So if your word, for example, is, we'll just do another one, trust, and one of the things that you do every day is, I don't know, I'm just going to give an example, something at work, right? Something at work. And you're normally micromanaging everybody at work. Maybe what you're bringing is an energy of trust to let go a little bit and let people work. And if there's a problem, then you show up instead of trying to beat it to the punch. Do you get what I'm saying here? And so you'll have to look at this for yourself. And thank you, Nancy, for allowing me to use you as an example. To see, how do you bring your energy to what you are already doing? This is the number 1 step to start transforming your life. We often are trying to look at what external thing do I have to change to start transforming my life? Where do I have to get this new job, new place, new house, and then maybe whatever it is will change? What happens again and again is if you change who you're being inside of what you are already doing, your life as it is now will transform. So I know this is a basic teaching, and that's because transformation is actually basic, but it's not easy, but it is simple. It is very simple, transformation. And so can you all try to do this week? You can write your words down on your bathroom mirror. You can put them on your phone screen. You can put them on a Post-it note at your desk. And just as you can remember, just say, how can I bring more of this to fill in the blank, taking care of my kids, talking to whatever. And I had you write down 5 things so you can think of practically, but you want to bring the energy to everything that you're doing. And that is how you start to transform your life. This is how I stepped into my role as a musician, was not just learning to play guitar and learning to sing. Everybody can do that, but it's about the energy shifting of what I was bringing into what I was doing that transformed my life. So I'd like to close out here with a song. Do I have time for that, to do one song? Yes, okay. So I'd like to close out here with one of my favorite songs to sing to you all. And those of you who've been on Pulse with me before, the one that I was on with Theo, with Theo, we sang this together called I Am Enough. And the words to the song are, I am enough. I am golden, baby.
Yeah. And be sure to stay on. We're going to have 30 minutes of doing some Q&A and hanging out a little bit all together. So stay with us and learn a little bit more about what Justin's up to too. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do it.
Okay. I will get you the song. Here we go. This is I Am Enough. I'm enough. I'm golden, baby. Yeah, are the words. Little boy, don't cry. You've been in pain enough. No. Little girl, don't hide. You finally say enough. One day I'll look into your eyes, show you you don't need to hide behind disguise. Spread your wings, you're terrified. Don't be afraid, you're born to fly. I'm by your side. I am enough. I am golden, baby. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am golden, baby. I am enough. I am enough. Ooh, oh, yeah. I am enough. I am enough. Ooh, oh, yeah. I am enough. I am enough. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to type somebody's name into the chat box right now who needs to know that they're enough. Even if they're not here, somebody in your life who you just want to send this energy and this blessing to. And we can just keep them in. You can keep names coming in all the way through as we sing this. And we're just going to send this energy of love out to this person, out to these people in the world to let them know that they are enough. Keep them coming through. You are enough. You are golden, baby. You are enough. Last time, we're gonna go till we are enough. We are enough. We are golden, baby. We are enough. Grace, Katie, Sarah, Kaya, Michael, Ross. We are enough. Lacey, Lisa, golden, baby. We are enough. We are enough. Valerie, Elliot, we are enough. Dad, Matthew, we are golden, baby. We are enough. Astria, Amaya, everybody around the world, we are enough. Oh, we are golden, baby. We are enough. We are enough. No. Ooh, I am enough. I am enough. Ooh, you are enough. You are enough. We are enough. I'm enough. You are enough. We are enough. We rise together. Thank you all for having me today. It's such a massive gift. Thank you for being here, and I hope you stay for a little bit to hang out.
Thank you so much. Let's all let's just stay in this energy from this song, We Are Enough, and let's pulse the field. Let's pulse the planet with this love that we're feeling right now. You know, just what as full as we become in each other's presence. Let's just pulse this into the field. What we feed the field matters. It's happening all the time. And let's invite in these words from the field. Right now, the field is full of whatever it is that you need, and you can call it in right now. And let's draw this fullness right now into the center of your own sweetheart. And then let's sprinkle Justin Michael Williams with our love and thank you for guiding us today. And just, it is so simple, right? I mean, that's the global coherence pulse. It's making the turn from the inside out, because we're in that natural state of coherence when we're feeding our unique inner energy signature, and that we know that what we're putting into the field with what we do is the most essential thing. So I love that your message is just so simple and so aligned, and you're so lovely, and we all love having you. And I love how you engage the community in your process, and I'm going to just keep bringing that more and more into what we do. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So let's just do, before we go into breakouts or Q&A, I don't know what Justin might like to do with you. Maybe he just wants to hang out. We're a little smaller group today, so it might be fun. You can really decide. But let's have Kaylin bring up a couple of websites, because I want you to see how to stay in touch with Justin. Go ahead and bring that up, Kaylin. So yeah, Justin, michaelwilliams.com is the website. Justin, do you want to say, like, they can join your mailing list? Like, how do they stay in touch?
You can join my email list. That's very simple. And I also have free guided practices everywhere. If you want to have me come speak or teach or somewhere at your organization or company, it's all on the website, the book, everything's there. And I have actually, if you go to that site, I have a free meditation album that's on Spotify and Apple Music and everything, that you can get to through the website to just do some guided practices with me, which is really fun.
Great. And let's really do what he invited us to do over the weekend. I'm certainly going to do it. I can see how to bring it into everything. And then let's go. You also have a kind of a transform teacher training that's happening, or
Yeah.
you want to say something about that?
Yeah, this is very exciting. And I love the timing of that this is happening, because I just, I feel that this community, gosh, would be such a massive beacon in this space. So we have a teacher training. This is our second cohort. We are, last year, it was amazing. We were the most diverse meditation teacher training in the United States. It's online. It's 6 months long, and it's very spacious. And it's a transformational leader online meditation teacher training. And you can see there's some amazing people who supported this work. And the training teaches you not just how to steep deeply in your own practice, but how to actually share some of these teachings, and in a very authentic and unique way that weaves in what you really love and what's important to you out into the world. And so this training runs through my foundation. We have scholarships available for folks who need it. And if you just go to the website, wecandreambigger.org/training, you can apply, and applications close March 27th. And then we have an interview process. So you just talk to somebody from our team on the phone to make sure it's the right fit. And then our training starts April 3rd. And so anybody who's feeling called, I would love to have you or to be a part of this training. So thank you.
I'm going to do it.
Yes, it'd be amazing. I would love to have this training. It's so amazing.
Yes, yes, I'm going to do it.
I can't wait. That's amazing. This makes my heart sing in some really big ways. So thank you.
Come on, guys, join me. This will be so much fun, right? And really a good, like, we've been building over these 3 years, really a field of coherence, and it's time to activate it and to liberate it and to energize it and expand it. And we need to come together in ways like this where we can play and we can learn and we can deepen and grow. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
And then
Awesome.
I have one more link for us to look at, and then we'll jump into our hangout time. And that is HeartMath is having its annual virtual event. And it's really a powerful time to come together for 3 days. It's a virtual program. It's got some nice spaciousness, also very engaging, like Justin had us on today, where we really get to practice coherence. So, and they've made it so it's super affordable. They've kept their discount open. And if you put in the code that I'm going to put in the chat here, you even get an additional savings on it. So if you're wanting to deepen your coherence practice with some of the tools and offerings of HeartMath, I highly recommend you check it out. So that is it for today. I'm going to go ahead and stop our live stream. If you've been out watching us out live streamed, I hope you had a lot of fun today. I hope you learned something and that you're going to take on the challenge, and we're going to carry it through the days ahead. So I'm going to stop.